Hi, my name is Josie. This is my 1999 Ford Econoline E150 conversion van. Her name is Ariel, and I've been traveling in her for almost 3 months, maybe like 2.5 months, something like that. Welcome inside. Over here we have my storage. I guess it's just my countertop. I made this with a group of people that I met randomly when I was traveling in the van. This thing was not built out up until about a month ago. And then I ran into another van lifer, met his friends and family, and they all helped me build this out. So the purpose behind all of this was just to get as much storage as possible, and I know these little boxes I have at my parents' place and at all my like old apartments and stuff. So it just like made sense, and there's like extra storage back there. And there's some counter space. I've got my stove right there. I still usually cook outside, but I can put it up here. I've got all my pots and pans, my hammock, my silverware, my paper towels, my toilet paper, my propane, and my fruit, which is super important to me. So I have this stool that I use a lot, and it's adjustable. Found this bad boy on Amazon, and I'll just like prop it up right here. And then this is also my little like getting ready station. So I have like a mirror that I pull out, and it's all cracked because I drove with it on here the other day and dropped it. But I'll just prop it up like that and then hang my makeup bag on this hook over here and just get ready for the morning there, using my bucket for pouring water onto my like washcloth. So up here I have some extra storage. It's not the prettiest area of the van, but in here I've got like, I don't even know if that's gonna open. In there I have like a first aid kit and I think a map and something like that. And then this feature me and my friends added recently, and that's like my bookshelf. And then over here I have another janky storage thing, and this is where I have like my blackout curtains that, without actually doing it, like I just like attach right up there every night, and it does the job. So this is kind of like my, well, it was my medicine cabinet, and then I built a shelf over there. So now I've just got random stuff in here, like some pliers and some sunscreen and like ibuprofen. So yeah, I could put those to use, honestly. And then on this side, I just keep some swimsuits and a poncho and like some batteries. So they're kind of like my junk drawers as of right now. So moving forward to this side of the van, I've got my Dometic fridge, which has been a lifesaver. And then underneath is the Jackery, which powers the fridge. And then you can't see it right now, but there's a solar panel that I just like put on the roof to charge the Jackery on sunny days and stuff like that. So yeah, this is kind of another little part of my kitchen, I guess, because I'll use that for counter space. I'll keep fruit in there too, especially when I'm driving, and I have like a towel here if I need it. And then I just keep a spare fan, like a battery powered fan underneath. But yep, this is my fridge. I love it. I almost always have it stocked with like overnight oats and yogurt and like jelly and multivitamins and protein shakes and stuff like that. So my sink is that it's a bucket from Walmart, and it cost me $1. And I originally, like the first build of the van, I actually built by myself like this working sink with like a pump. But then I didn't really use it because the pump just like, I hated it, and I just wipe off my dishes now. Like it's just me, so I don't really care, which is kind of gross, but it's fine. And so I got this like $1 thing. I got this $1 thing from Walmart that I'll refill at like gyms and stuff like that. And then I bought this like expensive water bottle, and I try to drink like a gallon a day. So I'm just like constantly refilling this at like Dunkin' Donuts or the gym. And then I usually have a spare water bottle too, just in case, because there has been times where I haven't had water and have been like dying. But that's how I do dishes when I do decide to do dishes. And like if it's a rainy day and I need to like brush my teeth and, you know, I don't want to get all wet, like I'll just do it in here and then, you know, dump the water later. So that's something that I discovered. I thought I was going to need a sink, and then I did not need a sink. The reason I had for going van life, I think it was something that I always knew I'd be good at, just because I've always been somewhat nomadic. Like I always have like my gym bag, like, you know, going from like friend's house to friend's house. I love to travel, had never really traveled alone before this, so I was definitely pushing myself like outside my comfort zone. But something I really value is like freedom and building resilience, and I'm like super into routine and like creature of habit. And so I was like, well, like that's really gonna push myself if I like throw myself in a van and just kind of like go wherever life takes me. And so I think I did it as like a spiritual, like philosophical experience, and ended up just loving it like way more than I thought I would. And now it's become kind of my journey of like finding myself and learning more about myself and the world around me. I think something that I had to really adjust to once getting in the van was becoming more, and it kind of happened naturally, but becoming more like flowy with life. Because I'm a planner, like by nature, like, you know, when I was like living in an apartment, like I knew what I was doing for the most part for like the next like week or two. And obviously like I knew where I was gonna sleep, like I knew this, I knew that. And like in the van, like I don't know where I'm gonna sleep every night. I have no idea where I'm gonna be from week to week, let alone like 2 months from now. And so like I think my friends know me as like a really reliable person, and I still think I am, but now I'm just way more like, I don't know, just like free-spirited on a day-to-day level, and way more just like go with the flow when it comes to like, you know, my daily life, or, you know, who I'm hanging out with, what I'm doing, where I'm going. Yeah, so I'm more like mindful of the present moment. Okay, we're in my bedroom now. Welcome. So this is my favorite part of the van because I decorated it with like $1 posters from Target. And my friend who helped me build out this van gave me this poster, and I just think it really speaks to me. So I love this part. I've got my Mexican blanket that I got in Texas, where I bought this van, so this means a lot to me. And then this is my throne. This is one of the few things that when I decided to rebuild out the van, I said I wanted was like something to hide my portable toilet. So this opens up, and at night, like I'll just keep this open because I drink so much water. I typically have to go to the bathroom a lot. So I wanted something that looked kind of nice for when I was just in here, but also was like, you know, functional. So I have this like little clip up here that I'll just clip that to. And then it's set, and then sometimes I'll sit on my bed to do work and like put my, you know, lap desk on my lap like that. I usually prop up those pillows right there, and like, because I originally wanted a couch in here, this kind of went up into a couch, but then I decided it worked just as well to prop up pillows, and it was a lot less work, so I'll work from that position as well. And then sometimes when I'm making food, or if I have like a guest in here, I'll just sit right here and chat. I have a full-size bed originally, and then I realized that that bed wouldn't fit. So I went to Anytime Fitness, and I felt pretty cool about, I don't know, this whole experience. I bought a electric knife, and I just like cut it like in the middle of a parking lot, and it was actually really fun and empowering because I didn't think I'd be able to do it. And so like it looks nice in here, but if you took off the mattress cover it would look pretty dumb. But so it's a little bit smaller than a full-size mattress, I guess. So storage in here, I've got just like some bags, some like socks and underwear, and some lotion, and like some hats, I think. Here, same thing. I think I just have socks, and then like I'll like reuse these sometimes. They're decompostable, don't worry. There's that. And then I thought that I was gonna be like, you know, bringing a bunch of clothes, so I do have a bunch of clothes like in storage underneath this bed, but I typically just like rewear like the same shirt for like a few days or so, and so I'll keep like my reusable shirts and like my shorts and some hats and stuff in there just because it's so easy to access like in the morning or whenever really. So oh, and then there's storage underneath this bed too. I just have to like lift this up. There's like a little handle, and then I have like 3 different like compartments, that's the word I'm looking for. I have 3 different compartments in there that I put either laundry or like shoes or like the clothes that I wouldn't normally wear. So one of my first times using a drill ever was to put this bad boy in there. That's for when, because I did do a lot of planning, or not planning, but a lot of preparing for like the whole van life thing before I did it, and I would just watch like YouTube videos every day. And I was originally planning on cooking in the van a lot, and so I read a lot of people, or like saw a lot of videos of people saying like you could die from carbon monoxide poisoning. So I put one of these in there, and it's crooked, but it does the job, and I think it adds a little character. So yeah, and then I've added some decorations to like the corner. That side's kind of falling apart, but yeah, I like this area a lot. So I make the whole van life thing happen because of a couple different like jobs, I guess, that I have. I work full-time for a company called Noom. It's like a health coach, like weight loss company. As soon as I was offered that remote position, that's when I started like, you know, getting serious about van life, because that security meant a lot for me going into it. And so I do that full time. Just, you know, I'll work for like a couple hours with my lap desk in my van using my personal hotspot. And then I'll usually go to the gym, work there for a little bit, work out, then work for a little bit, and then I'll usually go to a different coffee shop. Right now my coffee shop of choice is Dunkin' Donuts because I'm broke, but one day I will be going to local coffee shops and supporting small businesses and stuff like that. But yeah, and then on the side I'm trying to do some other stuff too, just to like kind of support this lifestyle and help other people as much as I can. So I have my business called The Happiness Coach that I started in January of 2019. And that's really focused on just like helping other people, basically like a life coach, but I don't like calling myself a life coach just because I don't think I have any more knowledge on life than any other person does. But I am really passionate about coaching and the art of like asking questions and helping guide people to just being like the best versions of themselves, and not listening to like, you know, that negative loop inside everyone's head that I think everyone needs like a break from. So yeah, I've got that coaching business I've been running for a while. I've got my full-time job, and then I'm looking into other ways to make money too. You know, I don't know what exactly that'll be yet, but selling my poetry or maybe photography if I learn how to do that, and you know, other stuff too. But I'm always trying to like, you know, find cool ways to make money. So this is my garage. It's going to be more organized eventually, but since I just kind of finished the van build like a week or 2 ago, I've just been procrastinating it, to be honest. But I've got some easy access to like my hiking shoes and my Camelback. This hat kind of means a lot to me because Fred, the dude who sold me this van, shout out to Fred, this hat just was in it, and I thought it was really cool. And so I just keep like, you know, the one tool that I have in there, and then some like rope and some screws and stuff. But for some reason that is super meaningful to me. And then I have my longboard back here for kind of easy access. That's just going back to my parents' place. Got my Tevas for when I'm like, you know, doing nature stuff outside. And then I've got a spare rug, because actually the rug is one of my favorite parts about my van, because it makes it super homey and reminds me of like my old apartment in college. And so I have this extra, like, just in case that gets dirty or something. But yeah, and then I have like a beach chair back there and like a rug to set outside the van for if I'm like chilling at a certain spot. And then like I think another couple chairs or so, stuff like that. So yeah. Something else about the garage area that I'm really proud of is there was very few things of this van that I did all by myself, but I did make these blackout curtains all by myself, and it was super easy, but it was still, you know, a lesson learned. And so I just Velcroed that to there, and I just put that up there every night. And then it works super well at like not letting light in or not letting light out, so I can feel nice and safe and cozy. Something else that makes Ariel unique is this dent that I got maybe like a month into doing van life. I was just hanging with a friend and backed into someone's truck, and the dude was actually really nice about it. But I don't know, I'm honestly just thankful that it worked out and insurance covered it and everything. But that was probably one of like the biggest like lows that I had once I started traveling in the van, because I just like thought like everything was over, I'm not gonna be able to afford fixing it. But everything works, so it's just not the prettiest on the outside. There's also some duct tape up there because there's a really bad leak right now that I'm in the process of fixing. Right now it's just, you know, it's temporarily fixed. You can find me on my TikTok's been blowing up lately, so that's probably what I'm gonna focus on for the near future, and that's like Josie_wanders, which is a play on words kind of because my last name is Warner. And then my Instagram right now is josie.wanders.jpg. And then I have a YouTube channel. I think it's just my name. I think it's just Josie Warner, but I might change that to Josie Wanders, so I would look up both. But yeah, that's my YouTube. I think I only have one video, but hopefully by the time you people see this, I'll have more than one video. So yeah, but feel free to contact me with any questions or advice on van life, because I love talking about it and helping other people experience this lifestyle. My website is www.thehappinesscoach.info. And you can see everything of what I'm doing and my coaching and stuff like that on there. Thank you guys so much for watching me and my van in all of her glory. I hope that if you ever have the opportunity to jump into a lifestyle like this, you decide to take it, because it's totally worth all the memories and growth that have come out of it. Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.